Howdy Tamers, and welcome to the LostinTranslationmon Digimon podcast. This time we're covering Digimon BeatBreak, episode 13, 5-star meeting. I'm Kobias, and I'm once again joined by Guz.
And I'm once again here. And just before we go a little too further, you may notice a small audio change. That is because now that I'm recording on location, as I have to kind of do sometimes, Kobe knows this, I only get to use my proper microphone like once every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm working on it, chat. I'm working on it. But this is a new laptop, new setup. It's a little bit better, a little bit fancier. So hopefully it doesn't sound like absolute arse. But if it does, please let me know and I'll take some steps to clear it up in the future.
Cool, which does bring me on to a bit of housekeeping. I am also in the progress of upgrading my equipment as well. Hopefully the webcam quality has improved, and that's because I went from, for the podcast, I was just using a 720p Logitech, and I've upgraded to a 4K Logitech webcam, because I used a gift card, which is great. I was live blogging my webcam looking experience to Guz, and I was like, okay, so Amazon have it for a third of the price as this place I have a gift card for. But the place I have a gift card for price matches online stores and beats it by 5%. So I was like, thank you, Officeworks. So I have a better quality webcam. I'm also getting a new microphone. So instead of using the ATR 2100 that I've been using for 10 years, I'll be using the same microphone as Guz has. So that
Not this one.
Yeah. But yeah, not the exact same, unless we have a podcast in the same room. That'd be nice. But for the moment, I'm still using my old one because it hasn't arrived yet. I think it's due to arrive maybe tomorrow, actually. So
yeah.
It'll be for the next one. But audio quality won't have improved yet. But hopefully visual quality is better. Unless my webcam decides to die, I work in IT. I've worked in IT for professionally 10 years, so I don't have any trust in IT at all, despite it being my literal profession. But yeah, so that's exciting. That's all of the housekeeping, I believe. I guess
not quite. We've got to test the camera, so that means Kobe, can you please take us to the gun show?
Oh yeah, I need to start doing reps or of getting the I have one of those doorway pull-up bras.
Oh no, they're terrible. They're terrible.
No,
you can't do
I've got a really good one. It just isn't there. It's usually there, but because I've got the door shut, it's on the ground. But I should need to start doing reps before I do a podcast, just so there.
The extra jack for it.
You can tell that the quality of the webcam is better. Because I'm not the same color as the quite the same color as the shelves. I'm still very pale. But yeah. Also, I guess the last bit of housekeeping is that it feels like we haven't podcasted all year. Ha ha ha.
That actually brings me to a fantastic question, Cobes.
Yeah.
What's your New Year's resolution?
I'm not. What are the ones that I can actually mention on the podcast? I don't know.
You got Safagamon support as of today.
Yeah, that means
That's pretty exciting.
That means I have to win March regionals, I guess. But do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I do. I just have the one, and if everybody would just follow me over here to the blackboard, it is Rubeus.
That's why you had that up, right?
Courtesy of Digital Hazard, who I believe is one of the ones you mentioned.
You haven't followed Digital Hazard back?
I have. Have I not?
It's just on the side of the screen. It says follow back.
That's ridiculous because I'm pretty sure I followed them. Anyway, look
there
at that.
We are. Fix that.
Thank you, Digital Hazard, for your contribution to Digimon Kind. But yeah, damn. I also now desperately need to see what's happening in Digimon Elysian because something's caught my attention.
Yep.
That's my resolution.
That's fair.
is to figure out what's going on in Digimon Elysian, because apparently it looks pretty good.
And that does actually bring me to my last bit of housekeeping before we actually start the actual beat breaking, is that Guz and I covered all of the Digimon that were released or added to the Digimon reference book this year. We released that a week ago, basically, as of, I guess, releasing this video and releasing that one. So we recorded that because there was no beat break last week because of the New Year's holidays. So if you haven't already, check that out. We tried a different kind of setup thing where we were doing like side-by-side tier maker. We did get a few comments that were like, it's really hard to see what Digimon you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, we were also looking at pretty small images too, to be fair. But yeah, so we did that. So check that out if you haven't already. And yeah, we can finally beat the brakes. So a quick synopsis of episode 13, 5-star meeting, which I'm now realizing I made so many like just weird jokes in this synopsis, so that'll be fun. So we are introduced briefly to Champion Exposition and the 5 gym leaders. Meanwhile, Glowing Dawn learn about a bomb threat at a shopping centre, and one by one the team meet 3 weirdos, who later show up to steal their bounty. The human of the week is a guy showing us what happens when it's the face when no GF. I've written it as TFW, no GF, so thanks.
That feels
Thanks, Kobias, for making every joke. And there's more coming in the synopsis for some reason. The rival cleaners are called Tactics Team 7, and they also have a team of guy with anger issues, young androgynous boy, girl, and slightly older team captain. They're also led by an older guy who is Clay of the 5-star cleaners, and he just looks like he came straight out of, like, a Pokemon game.
Yeah, specifically Sword and Shield. He looks like Chairman Rose.
Yeah, so, like, we're introduced to those characters. When I say girl, I just mean because the other characters do, like, kind of remind me more of Glowing Dawn. The only similarity of the girl character is that they're both girls. They seem very different in personality. But yeah, so that's it for the synopsis, discussion, and decisions. What were our highlights this week?
My highlight is we got to figure out what the tragedy was, which is apparently Earth getting sniped by a meteor of some description.
Yeah, in 2029.
Ooh, countdown, boys. Let's get it started. And what? It was really nice to see that pretty much everybody who's a 5-star becomes immediately corrupted with their position.
Yeah,
the names are really funny.
They've got weird pupils.
Yeah, because they're hot and dangerous.
Yeah.
Which leads me to the water one, which I am already very keen on. I like a good psycho.
Oh, she's adorable. I kind of love her. Like, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to hate you because I'm meant to. Like, and I also can't wait for your inevitable, like, face turn that I'm sure that all the cleaners will do, except for, big evil guy with monkey. Forgot his name. My bad. Kyo's guy who replaced Kyo. He's clearly super evil, but I can see like the rest of them kind of having like
there's moral grayness. This is like the Breaking Bad of Digimon.
Yeah.
Like it's very weird. Like his Clay, which for the record, love the name. Absolutely stupid. I adore it.
My immediate response was when I was watching this with Wyatt, and I was just like, bro, I want to look like him. Like, I was like immediately like, I would love to look like that. Ripped. He's just this ripped blonde guy with facial hair, and I'm just like, mwah, no notes.
Yeah, the chin strap. Crazy.
Yeah, just like love that guy. Big fan of him.
And he has a Proganamon.
Yes.
Liberator tie-in.
Yeah, which is like, where's the Terramon cleaner? Please, don't forget about Terramon. Do not abandon my boy.
Terramon gets support, Proganamon gets an anime reveal. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's I guess that also means that Proganamon's in Shambhala?
Maybe.
Very interesting stuff. So maybe Liberator's set in there. Maybe Lacuna's in Shambhala somewhere. Who knows?
That'd be interesting. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we just have no tie-in or reference to Shambhala and Liberator, because it's kind of like almost at the end, and I can't imagine them saying, oh, there's an entire another world, as well as Cross Connectia, as well as Lacuna, as well as, of course, the human world. I can't imagine them throwing in another world there, especially when, like, if they are going to do it, they could do Witchenly because of medieval, but yeah, that'd be cool.
It would. I mean, I also really like seeing Lilamon or Lilamon.
Yeah. That was
with the tamer rose. Come on. And the rose petals, like, as if she's not going to become a Rosemon, man.
Okay, so I was half right with my guess that they would all have, like, really, like, on the nose, this is just the element. But, like, I'm glad that they didn't just go, like, the kanji for all of them. Like, they did for the water one, they did for Kaito. But I like how Clay and Rose are just like, these are just some English words we have. I'm like, cool, great.
And they spelled Clay really funny, like the K-L-A-Y. I was like, you know what? That's fine.
This guy is just a Pokemon guy. He is just we joke that they're gym leaders, but their names are also just like, these are gym leaders.
They are.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I'm Pokemon pilled enough, obviously, to have picked up on that immediately.
Yeah.
And, you know, Yoshi doing the quick travel was really awesome to see, but much like my complaints in DSR, I don't like that it costs money. And then we've got what I gotta say, the highlight for me as well, because I actually really enjoyed this episode. Normally, I'm not sure if you know this much about me, Kobe, but I actually hate Nannymon with a passion.
I'll say.
I think he's ugly, he's weird, and I don't like him. And Bomber Nannymon is just another Nannymon to hate.
I mean, at least they didn't make him an orange this time, which I really hope for the English dub, which, by the way, I guess the English dub has released the first few episodes of BeatBreak, so that's exciting. Yeah. But I'm really hoping that instead of the joke that they make that doesn't really translate into English is Nannymon, and they said, and like they're like, yep, that's Nannymon. It's like meant to be Nannimono, which is like, you know, who's this guy? What's this thing? So that joke obviously doesn't really translate into English. So I'm really hoping when that someone like makes like just a throwaway non sequitur comment like, I thought that guy was an orange because of Bomber Nannymon in Digimon Data Squad being censored into being just like this random giant orange that makes people like explode into juice instead of like explode because Disney didn't want an episode about a theme park with a giant bomb being a thing, so they just turned into an orange. So I really hope there's some dumb line that references that. It would never happen, but it'd be so funny if it did.
I mean, I thought it was kind of wild that they were like, there's a bomb in the shopping center. It turns out it was just fireworks, which, I mean, yeah, technically still not great. But I mean, like, BeatBreak's been playing with this weird line of people wanting to kill themselves and not. So the bomb thing for me, I was just sort of like, you know what? Whatever, man, show me what you got. And it turns out it was just a 30-year-old virgin, which is anyone listening to this podcast. Oh. You're welcome.
Ow.
That's right, Geo, I know you listen to this. I got you.
Be nice to Geo. Geo has done nothing wrong. He can't he can't catch strays when he's not even here. You be nice. But
no, that's the whole point of strays, man. That's where they come from.
No, like speaking of like wanting to die, have you seen what a segue. Now, have you seen the I think his name's Glint, the young androgynous boy of Team Tactics 7, his Japanese profile? I posted it on Twitter earlier. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet.
No, I haven't, because clearly I hadn't even followed the Digital Hazard.
Yeah.
Hang on. I haven't been on the Twitter because I literally had to wake up, get ready for work, make my way to work, and then... Yeah, I think I cycled through all of your Zafaga posts, of which I think there's 12.
Oh, there's like a million. Yeah, as all, like, what would you expect? But no, I'll read the description briefly before we go to the rest of the highlights. A member of Tactics Team 7, emotionally unstable and unsociable, always looking for a place to die. Yep. He's 13. And I'm like, welcome back, Shinji Ikari. Like,
Yeah, no. The Team 7 thing immediately made me go, so we're just doing Naruto references now. Okay.
that tracks. But, yeah, so other highlights. Wolvermon didn't feel like a jobber this week. That's nice.
Wolvermon had the "Here's Johnny" moment when coming through the maze wall. By the way, the maze wall, I love Bomberman, and I love how obsessed with Bomberman Japan is.
Yeah.
This made me so happy to see the bombs roll there and then just blow up in a straight line, and we get the zoom out on the maze and it just blows up in the cross, and I'm like, yes, Bomberman, let's go.
You got the Bomberman thing. Meanwhile, I was just thinking, this is just like MXC. I was like, I really liked MXC. That was such like a... Did you ever watch it?
I can't say that I'm getting any bells.
Okay,
no.
It was released in Japan as Takeshi's Castle. It's just a Japanese game show where they just like throw you through like a maze and just throw like giant boulders at you that are made out of polystyrene but are still massive and would still probably hurt. They make you jump off things into really like shallow water. They make you go over like these stepping stones, but some of them are fake and they're just like polystyrene rocks, and you fall into very shallow water and hurt yourself. You're meant to run across it. So it was released in Japan as Takeshi's Castle, and it got an official English dub as Takeshi's Castle in Britain, I believe. But the Americans decided just to dub it, but to rename it MXC, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, and also just not translate it and just make just the dumbest jokes. So I was just remembering MXC. I think in Australia it was on SBS. I think it's all on YouTube as MXC, and it also as Takeshi's Castle. So if you want serious, it's not serious, it's a Japanese game show. If you want
it sounds like it's Wipeout with no OHS requirements.
Oh, it's absolute, you can see people actually get hurt. It is really funny. But yeah, I got to think about MXC. That's another highlight. Flicking myself in the head for the tangent. Yeah, that was cool.
On X Games mode.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, we're on X Games. I also really liked the fact we learned about some new characters. I think we got 9 or 10 characters this week.
Yeah, we got Team 7, we got Training Guy, Hot Bod, Scar on Face, and then we got the other 3 of the 5-star, and we already knew about the Exposition Man .exe in the egg chair. Wanting to have Harmonious Mega Egg. Also, they're in egg space, and at some point, this feels like just feels like Sonic fanfiction because of why are there so many eggs and Catboys. Do you know what I mean?
True. Oh my gosh. It's just Sonic X again. All roads lead back to Sonic or Naruto somehow. It's Sonic X Naruto.
Whoa, Sonic Cross Naruto? Watch out, boys.
Yeah, but
get the lotion out for this one.
Yeah, learning about the new characters was cool. The new outro was really cool as well. I really liked it sort of being a pixelated video game kind of style. That was really cool. I like it
made me want a BeatBreak game so bad. Did you see the secret Terriermon at the end?
Oh yeah, the assistant Terriermon. Did you see one of the first Digimon that you see other than Gekomon in that outro looks to be like a new Digimon? I think it might be, judging by the next time on, the Digimon that's showing up next time. It looks like a flattened metal Greymon.
Yeah. I actually had to scrub over the preview a handful of times because I'm like, it's clearly Monodramon, who we also get to meet, and Ludomon and Siakomon.
Yeah.
We get to meet all of those little guys because they're Team 7's partners.
Yeah.
Which I think, we should probably speak to that a bit. But
Gigasmon as well. The scar on face, the older team captain guy, he's got a Gigasmon.
Yeah. Cool. That explains why that's there. I was just too busy hating Frontiers for a minute.
Fair.
Because I think the first time I saw Gigasmon, I'm like, why does this just feel like I'm looking at a naked man? Do you know what I mean?
You're just a naked rock dude. He's a golem.
But like, I understand that, but it felt more like I was literally just looking at a naked gym bro, just being like, yeah, you wanna look like me, you wanna touch me. It was weird. Frontiers did a number on me. That's all I can say.
I love how every so often we'll just like decide to just rag on Frontier. But to be fair, at least it's like somewhat relevant because Gigasmon is from Frontier.
That is true. We haven't seen any trains yet, so we will have to hold on that one.
Safe.
But
we're safe.
for now. What was I saying? Yeah, Monodramon, that's right. I was actually, before we started, and while we were still testing out our respective tech that we already spoke to, I actually decided to go through the DigiWiki, which is finally working. Because if you're watching the tier list,
you mean Wikimon?
Whichever.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple, but like Wikimon kind of it shit itself during the tier list, so we actually couldn't show a lot of photos during that recording of like the actual Digimon in question, which kind of sucked. But I went through every Digivolution that Monodramon has to try to see what that weird flat virus Greymon was. It's a new Digimon. At least according to the lack of sources on Wikimon, because I was looking at it, I'm like, it's almost Raptordramon, but it
was
anemic.
Monodramon's level 4 is Strike-Dramon, and it does sort of remind me of if Strike-Dramon and Slayer-Dramon had a baby, because it's just Strike-Dramon but with wings.
It's like a blue rolled out Raptordramon.
Yeah,
with less hair.
But yeah, so I guess this is our first Digimon of 2026, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. We get a new Digimon. Or at least we're getting one next week. But we're moving into predictions. We've been recording for 20 minutes and we're still in highlights. Whoops. I was thinking like we should make this like a short one, you know, head to bed. I've got to get back to work tomorrow, but no. Never.
We've got, isn't the Marine Chirinmon or something like that, the Water Chicks Digimon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we know pretty much everything that's come out except for the preview Digi, which means that we're getting a team fight and a rival team. So, like, there's a lot that's actually happened in this episode. Because there's a lot that happens in every episode, apparently, and I need to stop being surprised about that, because this is just how the series works.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm really enjoying that, but, like, it was really good to actually have plot this week. Like, it's kind of been... Yeah. I mean, we've had plot, but it's been more, like, world-building, like, necessity... I've lost my words. I'm going to try that again with vowels this time. It's been that necessity of giving us information about how the world works and information about the characters, but now it looks like we're actually getting to the plot portion of the series, which is pretty exciting because I'm enjoying the angle that it's going for at the moment.
Yeah, we finished the foreplay. We get on to the good stuff now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But do we have any other highlights? Because I think those were all of the ones that I've written down, at least.
If I can get my system to work here, give me one moment. Sorry, Flashbang Rubeustramon, give me a minute.
Of course. Emphasis on the bang, am I right? Am I right, lads?
Oh yeah. I took a screenshot in the moment where we're having the 5-star team meeting.
Yep.
Because I was really interested in just a bunch of these weirdos. And what was it? I think I saw Parasite something mon? No, or is it Gravimon?
Yeah.
Because that was that weird... You showed me Splashmon so long ago, right? I think it should be top right.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. You showed me Splashmon, which is basically just a buff dude with a massive dick bulge, which I was not expecting Digimon. Yeah, it was crazy. And I was like, what the hell is that? And then you're like, oh, don't worry, it becomes Gravimon. I'm like, what the hell is that? And it's just a squid twink.
No, Splashmon becomes like a tiger.
Oh, that's even... You know what? It doesn't matter. I haven't seen that season. It's just strange. But, like...
It's in Cross Wars. Your other favourite.
I'm gonna have to go with OG-san and commit some seppuku. But like we see a couple of the Digimon in the thing, and I mean this probably matters more if you're more Pokemon pilled like I am. Like, oh, we saw a trailer, we know which evolution lines and families are in the thing, but like we've got Groundramon, Cherrymon, Asuramon, Akuamon. Like, it's kind of nice to see all these other Digimon sort of get revealed, because eventually we're going to be running into them maybe, or they're going to make some sort of background appearance. We'll see. But Gravimon does scare me because I don't know what that thing is, and it's just weird looking. But we'll see.
I consistently get Gravimon and Splashmon confused. Like,
I don't know how you could, because one of them reminds me of like just a jacked guy with a massive bulge, which is basically an attractive Betsumon, if we're being real.
Oh my gosh, I hate that you're right there. But
yeah. And then the other one's just sort of like a really anorexic version of same jacked man, but if he was in a weird pseudo-realistic version of Splatoon.
He's just a JoJo Bizarre Adventure.
Tambo.
Yeah, but I haven't watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but everyone says that it's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so I'm like, well, the real JoJo was the Bizarre Adventure we had along the way.
Okay, so this is my tangent. You need to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The first season especially, because it is written as a gothic horror, and gothic horrors are gay as hell.
I've been told that I need to watch it so much.
No.
I've been meaning to
All
watch it for like
JoJo.
over a decade, and I instructions unclear. I watched all of One Piece instead because Mihawk was
Fair
hot. But like,
there's so many more hot guys in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, guaranteed.
Yeah, like, I mean, no one's hotter than Mihawk. Like,
You'd be surprised.
Nah, Mihawk's my man. But anyway,
I don't know, man.
Are we ready?
Get down.
What? Sorry.
You could probably get down with Cars.
Like Cars,
So
as in like the Pixar movie.
No, as in Kars.
Okay, I will Google that when we're not doing a podcast, so I don't go on another tangent. Are we ready to move on to lowlights? Because I do have a pretty big lowlight.
You know what? Lay it on me.
Okay, so this is legitimately what I have written down. Stranger Things Season 5 was terrible. That's my lowlight.
That's got nothing to do with the episode. I mean, I know we had that one episode where I slammed the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, and you were upset about a mosquito bite, but we at least got to try to find something in the episode.
No, I was too mad. Like, I wasn't mad. I was disappointed. It was just really bad. I had to I had my Gilmon bread phone call that day, and we got to just rag on it together because we both hated it. But yeah, so that's my lowlight this week. I couldn't find anything wrong with this episode, but mainly because by comparison, I just watched I just watched like a show that was 90% monologue and dialogue, and I'm fine with monologue and dialogue. That's fine, but it was just like I'm not going to spoil it, but it's just not.
No. The show was dead a long time ago. So I don't care. I haven't seen it. I'm not going to see it. I think I watched up to like the end of season 4. I think it was when they had like the weird Vecna in the desert bit, which was just whatever. But like, I remember just laughing the whole time, just being like, "Why do we have attack copters in this thing now?" But in any case,
yeah, and like the CGI reminds me of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and that's not an insult to Shark Boy and Lava Girl because that movie came out like 2 decades ago. But it just reminded me of a movie that came out 2 decades ago.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl shaped a generation.
It really did. Like, I was just like, that was a good movie. Not like Stranger Things.
It was definitely a movie of all time.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have any actual lowlights? Because I just wanted to rag on Stranger Things Season 5, because everyone else is sick of hearing about, like, okay, Wyatt is sick of hearing about Dragons. Like, he doesn't care. He's never watched it, has never had any interest in watching it. And like, I showed him a screenshot from my notes, and I was just like, hey, here's my notes for this week. And Wyatt was like, you need to let it go. Like, no. Like, I don't often not like things, but except for Digimon Frontier and now Stranger Things Season 5. Anyway, please continue.
And Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon from Security.
Yes, oh yes, Attack of the Heavy, and also the thing when you're playing against Royal Knights and you've almost killed them, but then they decide to just play an Omegamon and evolve into OmniX on your turn. I also don't like that. So yeah, that's my lowlights. Royal Knights, Attack of the Heavy, and Stranger Things Season 5. What are your lowlights this week?
I think the only lowlight that I could have is maybe just... I mean, I know I said I really like the Water Gym Leader because I love Psycho Bitch energy. Like, that's just... I love it.
Yeah.
I like it when a woman looks at me like she could kill me. It just does something. You know what I mean? No, actually you don't, because you're gay. Oh
no, I mean, like, back to Mihawk, he could absolutely kill me, so we're not too different, you and I.
Yeah, well, I mean, she'd have to try a little harder. He does have his sword.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, there you go. But, like, I guess she's a trope, right? Like, she's just one of those classic anime characters. I could see people being sort of bored with that. And, you know, Rose and Clay and all that all sort of seem to be cut of the same sort of very simple, tropey cloth. So I'm looking forward to them getting more fleshed out. Like, obviously, Kaito is I like to fight because I'm the fight guy.
I love him.
But he's also showing a measure of very, like, investigative intelligence, where he's like, okay, so why did this break out? Why did this thing happen? Huh? Why are you attacking Kyo? Like, what's going on? Like, there's so much subtext.
The motive of what they are doing. And I was meant to say this earlier when we were talking about them as a character and how the team 5-star, I can imagine at least 4 of them face turning and becoming, having a redemption arc and becoming good guys by the end of the series. I think Kaito might be the first. Like, I just get that vibe that he's, at least questioning the authority. Either he's going to die in a tragic way, which I doubt, or he's going to become one of the good guys.
Remember, kids, bury your gays.
Please
another
don't bury
trope.
these gays.
But, like, we see a little bit of leaning on that, which is fine. I do want to, because I know a lot of people tend to write off characters pretty quickly when they fall into those kinds of tropes.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. It's to get you to figure out where they sit very quickly, and then you flesh them out later on as you develop the story, which we're getting with Kaito. It's like, I only care about fighting, I only care about being the strongest. However, that usually comes with, like, your himbo kind of types, whereas this guy is equally as intelligent as he is strong, and we're sort of seeing him being like, absolutely not, you pulled some bullshit, I want to fucking know, because I want to kick you in the head.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of vibe, it's just at a different angle, which is really nice to see. It's not new by any stretch of the imagination, it's just really, really cool that there's that added layer that's present there, because a lot of these people could just be written off as, like, this is a mini boss before you get to the big boss. Bing, bang, boom, done.
I mean, I do like that sort of newish trope that is, oh, he's a himbo, but he's smart. Like, we have it with Mutaro in Digimon Liberator, who is, he's muscly. When Shoto first sees him, his first impression is my goal, which is, damn, that dude is jacked. So he's very muscular, he goes to the gym, he has a vital bracelet, he's very fitness inclined, but he's also mentioned to be one of the smartest characters, like, in the debugging team. He's one of the smartest people there. So I really do like that sort of new version of the himbro, where he's still, like, he's a gym bro himbro, but he's also a smart bro. He's a brain bro. And I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's like an all-rounding rather than a specialist kind of thing, which I enjoy, because it gives you more blind spots to work with for a character to create more areas of tension, at least narratively speaking. So I'll get down off my soapbox a little bit there, but I think that's about the only lowlight that I can pull out, is that everything's kind of tropey at the moment, but that's part of the introduction. So it's sort of like it's a bittersweet kind of thing. Like we even get even Team 7, very tropey, right? You've got the cold and emotionally distant yet still somehow caring girl, right? It's sort of like our Freerin, if you will, of this. Obviously Freerin's in a completely different league, but Mikado's like pretty and like mood. You get like the cool yet quick to violence leader type dude that hits on Reina, and then you get just like apparently the suicidal Ludomon dude just hanging out. Like we're tropey, but I think if you can overlook that and enjoy the rest of what's coming, it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. Also, I don't believe that Reina was only hit on once. I don't believe that at all.
Yeah. Like, she seemed pretty, like much that she expected it, but also she's used to it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pristimon being like, what? It's never happened before. It's like, how dare you? Reina is very pretty.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if she's age appropriate, but she's at least very pretty.
Yeah. I mean, you could be, like, she's pretty. Like, I really like her design. But, yeah, I don't actually have any lowlights. I've been this whole time while listening to you, I've been trying to think if I have any lowlights about this episode, and I don't. Again, Stranger Things Season 5 was terrible.
Yeah, like, I hate Nannymon, and this made me enjoy him. I actually didn't hate seeing him on screen. I actually audibly laughed a handful of times, which I did not expect.
Yeah.
Because, again, I just hate Nannymon with such a passion. So, I mean, look, I'm really reaching for the troping thing, if I'm being real. Like, yeah, it's a stretch enough. I've broken the branch and I'm reaching out on. Do you know what I mean?
Like, the whole time when you were saying your spiel about the trope thing, I'm like, I'm not hearing when's the low light enter? Like, I was waiting for the negative part. Like, they have a danger of being tropey, but, that's just first impressions, and we already have Kaito, who came in being fairly tropey and is kind of diverting from that initial first impression trope. And I was like, cool, when's the negative part? So yeah, that felt like more like a miscellaneous thought than a low light, because
that's because I have to reach, and the thing is that they've been subverting very successfully the Digimon formula, as well as a handful of other storytelling formulas, the entire time that it's been airing. So, I mean, the short answer is I just don't have a low light, I guess. But I at least want to try to speak to what I think other people could see as a low light, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I guess that's for it for highlights and lowlights. Well, what about favorite characters? Mine was Kaito. I really liked the fact that he's not just like moving on for literally just continuing on for what we were just talking about. He's not just the fire guy who is big fight, do fight, yeah. He's actively questioning what's happening. He's questioning the position that he's in. He's questioning the profession that he's in. He's questioning his, quote-unquote co-workers and boss, basically. He's got thoughts, and I'm really looking forward to them expanding on him as a character. Like, I'm just like, oh, cool, he's not just, like, Kyo's angry, fire, furry ex-boyfriend. He's more than that. Like, so I really like him, and also I couldn't just choose any of the other characters, because it's always just Gekomon was adorable. I can't choose him every week just for being adorable.
I think my favorite character is actually the 30-year-old virgin.
Oh, the human of the week.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He was just a perfect blend of absolutely pathetic, and the fact that he spent time choreographing his moves with Bomb and Nannymon. I mean,
that was so cute.
That takes effort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just a wonderful expression of absolute pathetic that I enjoyed. Obviously, I really like the water gym trainer as well. I think she's just hot, I guess.
She looks like a Vocaloid.
I don't know where
she just reminds me of like an idol character or like a Vocaloid.
Yeah, but with more stabbing, one would hope. I really enjoyed him again. Like, I feel very comfortable with the current characters that we have, which is nice to see a whole litany of them be introduced now, just a bunch of fresh ones. So that's kind of fun. I really did want to see a team showdown, which I'm so glad that, well, hey howdy, we're getting that in the next episode. So Team 7 versus Glowing Dawn's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't enough time in this episode. We had to do the exposition at the start. We had to be introduced to these characters and kind of learn, like, oh, they were just waiting around for Glowing Dawn to do their fight of the week and then just swoop in and steal the bounty. Like, I kind of like how it was, like, a gradual thing. I felt like if they put any more into it, it would have felt too bam, bam, bam. And they wouldn't have been able to focus on any of those specific parts. So I'm really glad that it's going to be next week. I'm wondering if it's going to be an action-heavy episode, because the prediction definitely seemed like it had a lot of fighting in it.
I think it's going to be a bit more of a Dragon Ball Z kind of fight rather than like a Jujutsu Kaisen kind of fight, if that makes sense, right? Like, we're going to get some action, some dialogue, some action, some dialogue, as opposed to just some raw beatdowns and some sick animation.
I guess we're kind of jumping ahead, but because I will forget about this, and I just had the thought just then, I'm really hoping that it's not going to be a case of the team lose and have to be rescued by Kyo again. I
do too. I hope it's actually going to be a stalemate.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, I hope there's going to be a stalemate. Something happens, and both Kyo and Clay have to show up and be like, "All right, kids, you've had your fun. Time to go home." Or at the very least, if it's not going to be Clay that steps in, it's going to be Hunky Man with Ice-Scar.
Yeah.
He'll step in, the Kakashi, I guess, of that team, which makes sense because they're Team 7. He's a Hunky Man with an Ice-Scar, so does Kakashi. Why is this just Naruto? Doesn't matter.
It's Sonic and Naruto at the same time.
It really is. Gotta go fast! But yeah, I think he might show up and sort of be like, no, you guys have been playing for too long, you gotta do something else. Like, he just breaks up the fight or something.
Yeah.
Maybe there's an emergency and they actually have to team up. Maybe they just sort of both beat each other a bit bloody and just sort of call it a draw. Someone says, haha, well, you didn't beat us, it's our win. And then it's probably going to be the Team 7 leader, if I'm honest, because he feels like a little shitter.
Yeah.
Probably like, yeah, you didn't win, we just both didn't lose. So that's my win. See ya, and just teleport out with the Proganamon sand, question mark.
I thought that was Gigasmon, but I guess that also makes sense.
It could be either.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Either or. It could be both. Like, that could be kind of their thing. That's why both their leaders have the sand guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't remember Gigas ever sand teleporting in Frontier. I think he just went, wah, punch people in the head.
True. But he's the ground guy. I think Grumblemon might have done that, to be honest, actually.
Grumblemon had a lot more tech to him, and I enjoy Grumblemon because I like goblins.
Valid. But, yeah, what was your rating out of 5?
I mean, she was a nice episode. She was a fun episode. She's a cutie. I'd call her up again and say g'day. Do you know what I mean? For me, I think it's just a 3.8. Like, it's definitely a better average. Like, again, watched so much One Piece. There were so many episodes where nothing happened. So then to contrast it with a bunch of stuff happening and a bunch of fun stuff happening, it's just... This is 3.8. This is better than some of those average episodes that you get in other shows. The animation's still very good. We're still getting muscly men. You're welcome, Kobe. Running around doing a bunch of stuff. We got a gym bro in the last one that had a Ramon creatine fart, and now we've got a bald 30-year-old virgin. It feels like they might
crying over like lack of women? Because yeah, that one was also like, my wife left me because I work out a lot. My wife took the kids, and this one is just like, I wish I had a wife. I wish I had a girlfriend.
Yeah, gentlemen, it might be that you are the problem, not the women.
Yeah.
So it might need to be a little introspective on that one, son.
The real BeatBreak were men are awful.
Toxic masculinity gets you a Digimon. Sign me up. Let's go.
Oh yeah, Like, I'll try my hardest. Like, I have the most gentle masculinity, but I will give toxic masculinity a try if it gives me like a giant dragon. Like,
yeah,
that'd be
bro,
sick.
What a trade. What a trade. It's like, I'll renege on all the feminist stances I have just for a dragon. Hell yeah. You find me a woman that wouldn't take that deal.
Yeah, fair. I think everyone would take that deal. Like, I'll lower myself as my standing as an okay human being for that. But yeah. So I guess that's the majority of our discussions. That means we can move on.
Wait, you didn't give your rating.
I said, I did in my head. It's a 4. I think I was about to, but I got distracted by the idea of like becoming
misogyny.
Digimon. Becoming like this toxic masculinity. Like we're already on a podcast. We're halfway there,
and we're both white.
Oh my god, we are so close to being like the worst people because like, we're 2 white men on a podcast. Like, we are one bad offensive joke away from becoming very popular, basically. Like, it is, but I would.
Time to lock in.
Yeah, I've got to like change all my opinions. But anyway, so yeah, it's a 4. I liked it. Again, my only low light was the fact that I had to watch Stranger Things season 5.
That's not a low light, dude. You gotta work with me here. This is your podcast. You gotta try for something.
I'm sorry that I really liked this episode. I mean, obviously not perfect. I'm trying to hold off of giving 5s, but it was good. I'm just trying to find there we are. So, Pondering, Postmon, Pat, and predictions. Let's open up these comments from, I guess, now almost 2 weeks ago. Let's open that up. First of all, Antonio Hachi says, easy 5 out of 5 episode. Love to see the character growth and the final scene when Tomoro introduces Gekomon to they wrote Asuna, but I think they made Asuka. Made them tear up. Absolutely. Also, they asked for me to explain how Atmon gets good. They tried watching the first few episodes and it might have been the worst start to a Digimon season I've ever seen. I actually think that Atmon is one of those seasons that does have a weak start. I would say like the first 10 episodes are like, not amazing. I wouldn't say they're bad by any means, but they introduce one of the characters called Astra, who has a very obnoxious introduction episode, and I hated him straight away. But I ended up liking him by the end of the series, and I think he might be my favourite character from that, or at least one of. Like, I really liked his character growth. So, yeah, absolutely do the thing where I always say, like, you can't judge a Digimon season until you've seen about 10 episodes, and then that gives you kind of a good frame set of how bad or how good it's going to be, and I feel like Atmon absolutely needs you to withstand a few weird episodes that do definitely improve by the end, and then you end up looking back on those episodes and thinking, they ended up being better because the rest of the series was. So it does get better after that. I need to rewatch it, so I don't know the exact episode count, but I feel like 10 episodes. I want to say even 4. I think after 4 episodes, I was like locked in, like I think I'll like this. But yeah, the Astromon episode was really, really rough. So stick with it. Of course, my opinions are my own. You're welcome to have your own opinions, but personally, I feel like it is worth sticking in at least 10 episodes. You haven't watched that one yet, have you, Guz?
I haven't, so I have no horse in this race. So, I just have to defer to the Kobias.
Yeah.
If Kobe says you need a little bit of commitment, then you may just need to commit to it. And I think, look, it's a similar thing to One Piece, right?
Yeah.
It rewards long-form commitment storytelling. Yeah. The longer you stay with it, the better the payoffs are going to be. I think with a lot of Digimon, at least before BeatBreak, it definitely feels like the more you hang on, the less crap it feels. And shrug sort of kind of vibe. So look, man, if you reckon it's going to get better, hang on.
Yeah, and for reference, Astra is a character. He is a YouTuber basically. He's basically the Try Guys, but without the affair. So he tries things.
Well, what's the point?
And like in his introduction episode, he gets like a microphone app. And he starts just farting into it. to be fair, he is an 8-year-old boy, so I feel like as an as like an 8-year-old boy in like the 8-year-old boy that is like piloting my brain would be like, yeah, farting. But
I mean, to be fair, who didn't do that?
yeah, like whose immediate like thought when getting a microphone isn't just like either just yapping into oblivion or just like seeing what dumb noises you can make. Like,
it's all of them. I'm gonna make all of the noises.
Try to make. Oh no, my Palmon's head fell off. Trying to make like a vaguely phallic object in Audacity was like the first thing I did when I downloaded Audacity. Like, but anyway, so Astra gets better. Anyway, rest of the Postmon Pats. Next we have Kay Sutcliffe, who's very confused about the Talifang thing and is asking if we have any videos about it. If not, maybe a good video topic for the future. I'd be interested in covering Talifang with you. Like, I'm like, this isn't a bit. I really like Talifang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a wild game. I'm not gonna lie, but like, it was also a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun, and it's a nice another extra spin on that monster catching genre, where you just call it up on the phone. Like, you get on the blow to the monster, and you're like, "Hey, mate, can you come down here for a sec? All right, see you later.
I need you to come down here and kick someone's ass."
Yeah.
I think, if anything, that could definitely be like a Twitch stream Let's Play kind of vibe. You know what I mean? As long as we can find the bloody ROM for it.
Specifically,
and it's not a Nintendo game.
Has to be the Pokemon Jade or Pokemon Diamond one, because I think that's... Oh, I meant my step goal gesturing. That's cool and fun. But yeah.
Same, but I don't walk anywhere.
Yeah. Oof. 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 Anyway, I'm going to read the rest of these before this video gets demonetized. And so their highlight was the cool evolution music with lyrics, call them basic, but whenever Digimon evolves in a non-epic basic track way, Braveheart starts playing in their brain. So finally having a new special Digivolution song was 100%. And yeah, absolutely agree. Like, it is nice getting insert songs. Yeah. Next we have Zero Unit Digital Monster says they're wondering if, even with the loss of Moon motif with Armalismon, Gekomon can still evolve to a supposed Tsukuyonemon in the future. I think that's one of the new ones. It's like got the Moon motif, so maybe. Which reminds me, in the part.
Oh my god, are we Narutoing again? The fucking Tsukuyomi?
Yeah, always.
Oh my god, man.
I'm not sure if this is just a coincidence, but when we get like the exposition man telling us the exposition of the great disaster that happened in 2029. It had like a kind of crescent moon shape, and I'm wondering if it has, like, if Gekomon has anything to do with that. Probably not, but you know.
I mean, he could.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like the purple is. I mean, somebody suggested that was void or absence. That would be space. You know, maybe Gecko came down through that because it's not part of the natural order, so it doesn't fall into those categories within that sort of element structure that we've been able to learn more about.
Yep. Next we have Hayate, who says that this is their personal favourite episode and Digivolution the franchise, besides Omega Shoutmon. Like, the journey was worth it and it felt earned, and the character development is also very good. They hope the Tactics arc, which is the one we're entering now, can bring something more like this in the future. Absolutely agree. Next, I don't know who this guy is. His name is Guz the Substitute. No idea who that is.
That's weird.
Yeah. He says, "Ayo, what the hell is my mic doing? I'll have to fix that. What the heck, XD?"
No, I did actually end up finding out what happened. For whatever reason, I unplugged my microphone, plugged it back in, but Discord decided to choose my webcam mic. So kids, if you're ever going to be doing something like this, please just check your mic settings. Or at the least, ask your co-host to ask if you sound like garbage or not.
Yeah, true. But also, I've got cloth ears, so I'm terrible at telling what audio quality is. I just kind of take people's words for it. Also, another extra tip added on to that: if you do unplug your microphone, go into the sound settings in like Windows, and then go to like the input settings, click on the microphone device settings, and then check that it's like on 100%, because sometimes it'll be like, "You unplugged me? 10%. You want 10% volume, for, like input volume. Yay! So I always check that whenever I mess around, and I'll have to do it again when my new mic arrives. Next.
My laptop right now is using what's called a microphone array. No idea what that does, but I have definitely lowered it because it got too echoey. So this is the best that I can do.
Okay, that is fair. Next we have Clown-chan, who says, now that I think about it, Reina is quite similar to Yoshino from Saber's Data Squad. They're the eldest aside from their adult mentor, the supposed leader of each team, and they have a Digimon who always loses the fight, and they're both girls. The only difference is Sunflowmon is worse than Wolvermon. Aww, yeah.
I mean, look, I will say this. Sunflowmon did get really, really cute art that was done by Koki, one of my favorite artists.
I love Koki art so much, even when sometimes it's unnecessarily horny, and I'm just like, why, buddy? Or like
Koki does furry
I know.
art. Like,
yeah, I know. And he does like suspiciously like detailed and well-drawn feet. And veins.
I mean, look, it pays the bills, man.
Yeah.
Koki knows what's up.
Yeah, he did some, like, the Leomon art was pretty good, but the feet were, like, a little bit...
The Belphamon art, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, Koki does amazing, amazing art. Like, he's probably my favourite artist, but sometimes I'm just like... Bro, what am I looking at? But anyway,
Looking at a good time, that's what it is.
Yeah. Next, we have Maurice, who says that the Data Squad Savers Digimon were around for a long time before the MC got his Digimon. And yeah, I guess that's fair. Savers is kind of like a bit of an exception. Though I don't think the main cast, I don't think they could get to adult yet. Or at least Yoshino couldn't, because Yoshino is catching strays. I'm sorry. Next we have Birds of Prey, who says, at this point their only complaint is that Reina didn't get a 2-episode arc like Tomoro and Makoto. I guess we haven't really had a Reina arc. I'm assuming that we will at some point, and I'm assuming we'll get one then, so that one's fine.
We'll get one with their ultimate level Digivolution. Yeah. But can I also say, I'm loving these usernames, guys. These are great.
Yeah. Birds of Prey, that is a strong one. Yeah, so they say, it's cool that Wolvermon is in episode 1, but this season has shown that Digivolution is a showcase of growth and understanding between partners. We don't get to see theirs because theirs already happened off screen. Even a two-parter like the Pandamon one would have been nice. Hopefully the new arc and characters will allow the show to get more into her character. And yeah, absolutely agree. I hope that her character isn't just, she's a girl, but she punches stuff and she comes in and Wolvermon is a jobber. Like, I'm really hoping that we get, like, more from her character, because I'm really excited to see more from her.
I want her to be more feral. I want her to go full Wolverine, actually. Like, I want her to start being a little bit more Vegeta with it all. Like, I want her to start being like, listen, I'm getting this bounty because I saw a really cool, like, meat bun place down the road, and I want this. And this person's going to be like, nah, you're not getting it. She's like, all right, I'm going to rip out your throat with my teeth. This is what's happening right now.
I would love that so much. Like, oh my gosh.
I want her to go absolutely wild.
Yeah. Next we have...
I guess we'll see.
Like, I'm also feral for meat buns, so, like, that would be a very relatable character moment.
Exactly.
Next we have Bentarch, who says Gekomon is destined for purple. No! It's the only colour the Digimon that feed up your hand. Wolvermon's jobbing is reminding them of Worf's from Star Trek, where the character's main strength or skill is only there to lose, so the viewer sees how much stronger the adversary is. And yeah, that's... I wish Wolvermon would stop jobbing, but I guess she didn't this week. They're hoping that the frequent losses are actually played as a step for Reina and Wolvermon to become stronger, possibly with the introduction of the next team of finding them to be the only duo not matching their rival. The Yal went hard animation moment this episode goes to Marine Bullmon's silhouette getting cut in half and vaporized by the team attack. And yeah, agreed.
Such a good one.
Yeah. Like, the animation in BeatBreak so far has been pretty impressive.
Consistent.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't drop too much, and it just seems like, that they're putting a lot of time and effort into this, which is great.
I think the only time it dropped, we get, like, the running Tomoro and Reina bit.
Yeah,
with, like,
the background
weirdly
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love that. I send that to a few people every now and again when they start running their mouths, just to be like, it's me and the boys rolling on up.
Yeah. Next we have Lazy Croconaw, who says at first they weren't going to do One Piece bingo because no new characters got updated except for the English voices for the main cast of BeatBreak. Then out of morbid curiosity they checked because yes, and 2 did One Piece characters in the English dub. So One Piece bingo continues! Yay!
Let's go! Woo!
So the Reina's English voice actor was Viola in the English dub, and she's also Sailor Mars.
Yo, that's freaking sweet.
So yeah, that is pretty cool.
Wait, we have both Violas then?
Yeah, we do.
Yo, the double up.
Double up, boys!
Frankie went. Frankie
went, please. Then they say, about this episode, it was pretty amazing. They love seeing Tomoro's development so far and finally accepting Gekomon. They love the evolution theme, which, fun fact, according to some YouTube comments they saw, appears in 2 episodes when Tomoro was listening to music. They don't have a good ear to check themselves, but apparently it's episode 1 and 3. That is pretty cool.
Oh, his iPod music.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I recently rewatched the English episodes because I'm a slut. But they've done a really good job with the dubbing so far. And yeah, that would make complete sense because why would you waste a song? Why not recycle it? You know what I mean?
I mean, we've had that before in Digimon where we'll have a character humming a tune or like listening to something or playing an instrument and it'll be one of the insert songs. Like, I believe in 02, Hikari is packing a bag and she's humming like the evolution theme for the Armor Evolution. And then there's Yamato in season 1. His song on the harmonica is the opening to his character song. So there are sort of like those moments, and I really do love them.
I totally forgot Matt could play the harmonica. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was like his main thing, and then he plays guitar and joins a band and then becomes an astronaut. Don't worry about it.
And TK gets a gun.
Yeah.
That's his instrument, violence.
I'm gonna defeat you with the power of friendship. And this gun I found! Like...
what have you got there? A firearm!
No! No, TK, you're doing great, sweetie. Next, we have Eduardo J. Cruz, who says that Armalizamon seems to be based on the armadillo-girdled lizard. They love the design. As for the episode itself, they find that Kyo's pre-glowing dawn flashback is very interesting. Based on how we see how Kyo's reacting, he was looking for an excuse to bury himself in fights against dangerous Digimon battles, to lash out on the world and vent his inner pain. Yeah, very much so. While Kaito only enabled that side for him to forge a toxic rivalry between them. Then at some point he has a wake-up call and then leaves the 5 stars. Like, I bet it's
a post-nut clarity. Like, once they actually, like, hook up, and then, like, it's like the morning after that, like, Kyo and Kaito hook up, and he's just like, you know what? I can't keep doing this anymore. There needs to be more than just this. It's just fighting and fucking. I need more.
Like,
and then he leaves.
Jokes aside, I very much think that Kaito is going to have the same kind of wake-up call that Kyo did. Like, if maybe the whole time Kaito's been questioning, like, that Kyo left because he had these feelings about the team, and maybe Kaito, like, and Kyo spoke about, like, his concerns and his, like, not trusting what's going on at the team, and maybe Kaito's still kind of carrying around those, like, inklings that something might be a bit NQR. So, yeah, there's, like, there's a few things that could be happening. Like, again, I expect Kaito to be the first one to go, hey, wait, this is wrong, I'm gonna join the good guys now.
Oh, he wouldn't join the good guys. He'd be on his own. He'd be Shadow Hedgehogging it. Do you know what I mean?
Like, he's on, okay, but he's on the same side as the good guys. Like, he's not on the side of the 5-star cleaners.
Yeah. Like, he's like, no, I'm gonna punch you both equally. And it's like, you know what? That's equality.
Yeah.
Can I get a fire cat with that level of equality? Because we know that maybe misogyny gets you a dragon, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, which we've established. Next one is Gunmetal Gator. These names are so great. For Postmon Pat, can we talk about how freeing Melizamon's design has been for Digivolution discourse? And yeah, I absolutely get what they're saying. Like, when I first saw it, I was like, that reminds me of Pomimon, and Gunmetal Gator even goes on to consider it being an evolution for Pomimon that's not Parasaurmon, because it is a little bit more fitting, the colours fit a little bit better. And Pomimon is a data type, so it wouldn't be too out there to evolve, because yes, while Digimon can change typing when evolving, most often they don't, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, this feels a lot like the why didn't Venonat evolve into Butterfree kind of argument.
Yeah.
Because the colours match better.
Or Dratini and Dragonair into Gyarados.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, like, there's obvious reasons as to the why.
Oh, yeah. There's, like, mythology. Yeah.
Yeah, but, especially for that one, but, like, Venonat into Butterfree would have worked a lot better visually than Venomoth. But the other real answer to this is that they just didn't really think about it, and they just sort of went with their new vibes. Lego Block, Neutron Laser, Dabby McFingers, Armalizamon, still a good time. I'm actually really curious to see what the ultimate's going to be, because if it's just going to get a bunch of wings and laser cannons like Metal Greymon, I'm totally on board.
Oh, yeah, same. If they just, like, make him stand up slightly, that's boring. If they just make him stand up slightly and give him a Glock, like, I'm just like, alright.
Because right now it feels very Baby Groudon, so I'm looking forward to the next bit.
Yeah, he's highlighted Groudon. Then we have Nero Neurotico, who says that they like that Tomoro had actual character development and that Geckomon's evolution was a result of it instead of randomly giving him a new Evo based on episode count. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that the evolution felt like learned and, I said learned, I meant earned, and then I got confused by my own words. We've been recording for over an hour. Whoopsies. So yeah, I absolutely agree there.
I'm having a snack. We can't do quick episodes.
Fair. I'm sorry. Anyway, I will continue reading them. I guess it makes sense. We have a lot of comments because it has been 2 weeks instead of just the one. So Ignited Quill says that it was the best episode for them so far, aside from episodes 7 and 10, which 7 was Norinso and 10 was A True Friend. Yeah, I gave A True Friend a 5, so I really like that one, apparently. So I agree with you on episode 10, apparently. As mentioned, Tomoro did have self-esteem issues, and he actually addressed that in the episode. His outburst in the last episode when he blamed himself for Geckomon, and how Kyo and Asuka and Hitomi all ended up. He's starting to be nice to Geckomon, but this episode hits differently as he acknowledges and expresses how Geckomon benefited his life. Also, the baby form was adorable, facial expressions and sounds are adorable, absolutely agree. Armalizamon mostly subverted their expectations design-wise, yet he was almost always still has Geckomon's colours, just inverted, and yeah, he does. Plus, Geckomon's beta designs did show him being armoured, so Armalizamon being like that still had those signs. They do agree how annoying it is for Wolvermon to be always losing. It also hits hard because Reina is the only girl on the protagonist side, so they hope she gets an actual win on her own as the other main characters did. And as I mentioned, I think it was the last episode, so episode 12's coverage, I actually fully expect Reina's focused episode to be how she's maybe got a bit of an inferiority complex because she just keeps on losing. Because at this point, it's happened so often, it feels on purpose. It doesn't feel like it's a hate to bring up Frontier again.
It's not a Zoe thing.
It's not a Zoe, like, literally having to be rescued by the boys, having to lose her first evolution episode. I don't feel like it's like that, because Wolvermon's still shown to be strong. She just kind of gets bad luck for a lot of the time, or she's put up against a stronger opponent. It never feels like she's losing just because she's the girl. she's just had a bad string of luck again. So I do feel like it feels a little bit more on purpose that she's losing, so I really hope that it becomes like a focal point of her character, that she's just losing all the time and everyone else is stronger and she has like an insecurity. But again, I kind of went over that. I'm pretty sure it was last week's episode.
Yeah,
Not
like
last week,
she's very scrappy and her element is fire. So there could be a moment where she gets less scrappy and she can focus her street kid rage, maybe. But like I said, I want to see her go feral. And I think there could be a path in that.
Next we have RDD, who says, "Happy holidays. The character construction moments were worth the wait. They understand the timing. They saw the evolution early because they were looking on the Japanese Bandai YouTube channel, and yet, like, I should have learned rather that Bandai will just post new Digimon like the moment the episode comes up, pretty much. So I try to steer clear of the internet just because I do follow Bandai on a lot of things. But
personally,
yeah,
just need to see where they drop.
Yeah, I saw like some things from this week's episode on Twitter from Bandai officially, and I was just like, they weren't huge spoilers. It was just basically the Digimon that each of the Team 5-star have, the gym leaders, and they weren't that much of a surprise. Like, I probably could have guessed a lot of them just based on how the characters looked. But yeah, I'm like,
Marine Chirin was a bit of a.
Oh, I was surprised by Marine Chirinmon, yeah, because that's I guess that's a newish Digimon. That's like 6 years old now, I think.
Yeah, I think I remember it from like BT6, like, and it had no abilities.
Yeah, that was when it was on the new side, because it came out on the Digimon Pendulum Z on the Deep Savers one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
it's Sangomon's evolution.
Oh, Coral Boy. Yep.
Yeah, Coral Boy, who now has new evolution, Marine Bullmon. So
yeah,
Sangomon's doing well. It's Sangomon and Sand Lizardmon both came out on those Pendulum Zs, and they both were now in Liberator and got entirely new evolution lines, which is fun. Which makes me honestly feel like Liberator should have, instead of having a new Digimon for Shoto, it should have just been Pomimon. Nothing would change. I mean, it is a vegetation instead of a bird, but other than that, nothing will change. It's still a wind guardian.
He's a bird boy.
Yeah.
He's a bird boy.
He is a bird boy. But also, Pomimon should be a bird.
I can't believe it's not, if I'm honest. I know it's a dragon fruit, but like, that's a whole bird.
Yeah, it should be like, it should have that text where it's like, also treated as bird.
Also, your mum.
Yeah, also, yeah. But anyway, I think that's it for, please be it. Yeah, that is it for as far as I can see for Postmon Pat. We kind of already went over our predictions, but next week's episode is episode 14, Tactics. So we're going to be focusing on Team Tactics, which is cool. So that's our new team, our new cleaners.
I imagine that they're actually going to have combos, and they're going to have, wait for it, tactics, as to how best to use their Digimon in combat scenarios, which will probably give them the edge in a lot of areas. If they do end up beating Glowing Dawn, that'll be the how, and then Glowing Dawn may have their own small training montage to learn how to do better combos. That isn't just, if I slap, you slap, and then I slap again, which admittedly, still pretty funny. But there may also be the edge that Glowing Dawn just has raw power over tactics, especially with the whole neutron laser hyper collider in bloody Lizardmon's mouth.
Yeah.
So there could be a couple of very interesting ways that they take it, but I'm fully expecting to be surprised and or disappointed given how they've usually broken these things up.
Yeah. I guess copy and paste my predictions from before. I think it's... Yeah. I can honestly... I mean, my concern is that it'll just be Kyo shows up and rescue them. I hope that it's Kyo and Scarface guy show up and are like, hey guys, yeah, stop the fighting. But in any case, I want to wrap this up because it's been well over an hour and it's really hot in my office, and I want to do as much editing as possible because I am working from the office tomorrow. I'm back to work, and I would like to have this video recorded early in the morning before I leave to work, or tonight, because otherwise
I'm underneath an aircon unit right now, so I have no complaint.
Oh, I'm mad jelly. But yeah, it takes 30. If for some reason, my usual videos take like less than an hour to export, the videos that I do with Guz always take 30 hours, and I'm not exaggerating. I send the timestamps of the elapsed time to Guz every week. So because I want this released on Wednesday, I'm gonna stop talking or start talking and do the outro now. So thank you so much for listening. Hopefully the video quality was better on my end. Next time the audio quality will hopefully be better on my end as well. So stay tuned for that, where we cover episode 14, Tactics. You can contact me and stay updated. You can leave a comment on this episode on YouTube to join the conversation. And for a full list of ways to find the podcast across the internet, check out my Linktree, which is linktr.ee/LostinTranslationmon. If you enjoy the podcast or videos or anything that I post online, you can show support by signing up on Patreon and get some cool rewards and help me hit some milestones. And thank you to my current supporters on Patreon: Stephen Reeves, who is 164 on Archive Our Own; Kadawashi, Nubu, who says you to follow Chisa on Twitter at Chisa236, Lizmet, who is Lekmon on Tumblr, Nicholas, Magnus, Lucas, Jasonmon05, Patrick, Jason, Chad, Shelby, Diddle Hazard, who is on Twitch at the Diddle Hazard and is now followed by Guz, Tropiamon, Vmon Tamer, Kasai, Big Bad Beetleborg, Flavin, Bent Archer, Cappy, Cyber, and Baltic Halberd. I don't think I breathed the entire time. Anyway.
Sorry, I've seen lots of Baltic Halberd on Twitter as well in your comment section. It's been very fun.
Yes, absolutely. Baltic Halberd is a fellow green enjoyer for the TCG, so yay.
Yay.
But you can also want to donate on PayPal, which we found linked in the description. It's paypal.me/airdramon. You can also donate. There we are. I knew I was gonna mess that up. That's all, folks. You can also donate to me on my Coffee account, which is ko-fi.com/airdra. So once again, I have been Kobias, and Guz has been Guz. Guz, where can we find you? That sounded really menacing. I don't know why that sounded so menacing. Where can we find you, Guz? There we are.
TK with the gun. Where can we find you?
Yeah.
You can find me down below using the collab feature to find my YouTube channel, where I shall be uploading more videos very shortly. There's a few things in the pipeline that I'm excited about. And you can also find me on Twitter at Guz_substitute. But where you can really find me is in my goon cave, thinking deeply on Rubeastramon.
Oh my gosh. I enjoyed the monetization while it lasted.
It's alright, just click "It's not made for kids" and you should be fine.
I never click made for kids. Like, I say so many out-of-pocket things. I don't want kids to see me and look at me and think that, hey, that's an adult, because I'm not a role model.
We don't have Subway Surfers playing on the side of this video, and you haven't said any gamer words or 6-7 yet, so you're fine.
I haven't. Do the kids not say skibbity anymore? Because, like...
No.
Skibbity? Like, I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up so I can edit it and head to bed, because I have to go back to work tomorrow. Yay. Yay, my day job. But in any case, thank you so much for listening. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye.